We welcome Martin Mapisa, Dynamo's first choice goalkeeper who started playing soccer when he was still at primary. Mapisa is one of those rare players who went to play in Europe straight from his academy without any action on the local league.
My name is Martin Mapisa. I'm 25 years old. I was born in Harare here in Glenora A. I was born on 25th of May, 1998. I think I remember I started playing football when I was in grade 4th grade. Playing at school with some friends. Actually, I used to play in the streets, but playing 11v11, I started to play when I was 4th grade. And then from there, that's when my passion started.
As a schoolboy, Mapisa had started the game at primary and on the streets. Whilst by character he would not stick to one position, he would eventually find his place in between the sticks, which has become his position, rising to keeping goals for the country's senior men's soccer team.
I used to like to be flying every time, because I used to like gymnastics, so I was a goalkeeper sometimes, but infield as well. I switched to be a goalkeeper when I was grade 7, I think, because sometimes, like let's say at school, I used to play goalkeeper because I used to like to have my team as a goalkeeper. And then some clubs back home at my ghetto, I used to play as a striker as well. I scored in goals as well. I used to like to score goals. I didn't play in like a domestic football like here in Zimbabwe first. When I was young, I didn't get that chance. I got the chance to travel to Europe direct straight after ACC Soccer Academy.
Mapisa looks back at his experience in Europe with so much emotions, but in the final analysis, he is happy to have come back home.
I spent a lot of time there, like 6 years, and then now I came back to play in the domestic football. So playing one of my best team that I always used to support, Dynamos.
Quite an irony, as one would imagine Europe through rose-colored spectacles, a totally different scenario for Mapisa.
When you are young, I might say sometimes mentally strong, you won't be that strong when you are young. And then it depends in the environment that where you are, what's going to happen. So for me coming back home, I think I felt free and happy. Why? Because I was facing something now in abroad. I'm not saying outside it's bad or what, but sometimes we're different people, we face different things. So I spent like 6 years and I've been knowing the same place that I've been staying. So I knew some of the stuff that I were facing and some of the respect that I've been given, different. Bad respect, good respect, racist and stuff. So and not having good time of playing. Like game time. As a goalkeeper, you need to play. Actually, if you're African and black, and you have to play so that people will see you and have good time. So I think I decided to come back home for me to have good time, game time, show up again my talent, and I think I'm doing it.
Martin finds himself perplexed. He wanted Europe for the good of his career, but he got to a point where he just could not wait to return home. Maybe he had gone there a bit too young, still in need of maturity to handle a different environment, but he believes some circumstances were quite a heavy load for his shoulders to carry. Whatever the case, at the end of it all, he was just happy to have come back home.
When I was in Spain, I wasn't getting a lot of game time. Actually, I have the talent and I know. So for me to show up my talent, I need to have game time, playing time, so that you improve more. And then people will keep on seeing you, that's when you improve. So my ambition is to go on top again. Why? I'm saying that I came back home to relax my mind, be happy again. And I'm playing. I'm helping my team. My teammates are helping me as well. So they're helping me to get the clean sheets as well, because I'm not playing alone to get the clean sheets. So my ambition is to keep on playing, improving more and more. Then people will see the talent as well, and then I'll go back on top.
In Spain, Mapisa played for numerous teams and did feature for top league sides, though he was hardly given game time.
The one which was in the highest league is Zamora. Actually, I was playing in the highest league as well at Vélez. because the first year that I signed there, it was a third division. It was the highest league. And then later on they changed after COVID. They changed, they put another league. And then Zamora, I was playing there. We were promoted from third league and then to another league. So that was the highest league that I've played with Zamora. And the teams that I've played for is Vélez, Zamora, Llanera, CD Lepe, and Malaga City.
On return, he found a welcoming home in Dynamos, where it did not take him long to establish himself as a key member of the squad. As he endeared himself with the Dynamos faithful, he also got to make close associates with most of the players.
Jalai, Nicolas Guyo, Temptation Chunga, Nomo, KV, Jinyai. Yeah, most of the people I talk to them, but those are the names I mentioned. Those are the people that I always talk to whenever I come here and do my practice.
Mapisa's first game for Dimbare was a home match away from home at Bulawayo's Barberfield Stadium, where his Dynamos played against Hwange. On that day, Dimbare had taken a 2-goal lead, but the match would end in a stalemate after Hwange managed to fight back and rescue the match from the fire.
I enjoyed the game. Though we didn't collect the maximum points like we wanted to collect the 3 points, because at first half, we're dominating football every time we have the ball, we're dominating position and everything. So for me, it hurts because at the end of the game, 90 minutes, we end up 2-2. I wanted to win as well. So either way, it hurt me the most because the goals that we conceded, it was like our mistakes. So yeah, but the experience was really good. For me, being back home, playing the first game of the best team that I always wanted, I felt perfect.
Mapisa was dejected that they conceded an equalizer from a free kick, though he gives his opponent credit for the quality set piece.
Yeah, actually, it was a good free kick. But then I think my defenders, I don't blame them, but they couldn't be the bravest defenders that I always want, because I put the 3-man wall because it wasn't closer to the goal. So I put 3-man wall and then the ball passed through the wall. So actually, if the ball passed through the wall, your reaction after passing the wall as a goalkeeper, yeah, it's supposed to be quick, but most of the times it will be late because you'll be timing the ball on the side of the wall. So if it hits the wall, it's a block, but then they opened the wall and the ball was moving faster. And that guy had hit the ball, so I'll give him a round of applause.
When Mapisa speaks of belief in his talent, it is by no means any exaggeration. He continues to pull off some breathtaking saves and remains on the radar for a return to the national team. Of all his glorious moments, he says his most memorable came on an away match to Bikita Minerals, where unlike the Hwange match, he was able to protect Dimbare's lead with crucial interventions.
Yeah, I remember when we played in Mtare Bikita, it was 1-0. We were leading 1-0. And then Bikita were coming. So there was a 1v1, so that if they score, we were going to be sharing points as well. But then that save, oof, it was 1v1, and then he hit the shot. And I opened my body, so, and then I saved the ball. I think I remember that one as a good one because we won that game. Because we were far away from home, we were playing away, and then we managed to get 3 points.
The tall goalminder also spoke of some of his most difficult opponents in the league. He says he knows the qualities of the league's most dangerous players, as he had grown up with some of them at the Aces Academy.
I think Walter Musona is the one, because I know him since I was young, and he knows me as well. And sometimes we go together at the national team. So I know his technique, and he knows my technique as well. So actually, when he hits the ball, I have to be alert every time because his ball always moves, and it moves different ways. So I think that's the guy I would say, and Nigel Makunde from Ngezi Platinum. They have the same technique.
Mapisa would not single out any particular team that gave his Dynamos side a problem. He said his Timbare were always facing a big fight against many teams in the league who brought their A game whenever they were fixtured against Dynamos.
I think every team who's going to play with Dynamos is going to be difficult. Why? Because, you know, when you're playing, if you're a big team, if you're playing with a small team, everyone wants to prove. So I think every team we're facing, it will be difficult for us because they will be bringing more energy. It will be different when they play against other teams. But when they play with us, it will be more difficult because they will come with extra hard work, like 105% more. So I think every team, it will be difficult for us if we play with them.
Asked who the most comical character was at Timbare, Mapisa did not look further than the man he was facing in the mirror.
Me. I can say me, because I like to joke like most of the time. What they say, goalkeepers are crazy, so I'm crazy as well. I like to joke with everyone because I respect everyone. So I give people smile as I always want to smile.
Martin has travelled quite a difficult journey in his football career, but remains strong to conquer and prove his worth. He spoke of important figures that have had immense influence on his game.
My biggest inspiration was my mom. And then following idols like Mano Noya. Yeah. But the biggest one is my mom. Why? Because they say, they always like, let's say, you know, it's like some families, when you have a child who is good at school, and then you start to play, like when you're playing football here in Africa, our families always want us to be good at school, have good grades, and then we have better job for us to keep them, you know. But then when you start to play football, and then they will think like it's a joke or it's a stupid thing that we are playing. But then I always wanted to play and prove like it's something that we can, like it's God's talent.
Martin Mapisa has travelled and been exposed to the world. It has taught him to understand things from a holistic perspective. He knows different worlds, and out of his experiences has a word of advice, especially for the young.
Yeah, people are different, but I would just say if you give respect to everyone and pray for yourself, asking God what you want in your life, and try to do your best, not to doing bad things or what kills your body actually, or what kills your mental. So I would just say, if you look for someone who can advise you good things or in your life, or not even me if I'm not there, you can watch, or even videos, you can watch someone who advises you so that you keep on focusing what you want in your life. Or actually if it's school or your job or whatever you have in your mind that you want to do, or passion, whatever passion you have in something. I think I just say you have to listen more and learn from others that were doing those things. That's how we grow up.
Mapisa has a nickname, and unlike most players given names of great European football idols, his is from the domestic soccer scene, a soldier who did duty for Armyside Black Rhinos.
They call me Maheba. That's my nickname. This nickname came from, if you know Herbert Rousseau, who played for Black Rhinos, I think. Yeah, he was playing for DC, so when we were playing at SCC Soccer Academy, so my friends used to say, I look alike him. And I was taller as well. So they just say, you're Maheba, Maheba. So that was his nickname, so that's when I got this nickname.
So Martin Mapisa, the giant Timbare goalie, will be key for Dynamos in their search for glory again, both at home and on the continent. Should Mapisa return to the top again, does it not follow that with him, Dynamos will shoot to the apex? We can't wait for time to tell.
To be on top again. That's what I always want. That's what I pray for.